What up, Space Fam? Golden here for Anime Uproar, and I'm back at it again to discuss the latest developments in the Boruto story. On my last chapter review video, I asked if you guys wanted to keep seeing Boruto reviews on this channel, and many of you said that you did, and even kept requesting this chapter review in the comments of other videos. So here we are. If you want to keep these reviews going, show Boruto some love by smashing that like button, turn it blue, and sharing this video with your cultured Boruto friends. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future reviews. As you wait for the next chapter to drop, you can also check out my Naruto/Boruto playlist, link in the description, for videos about the Uchiha clan, the Hokage, and more. Feel free to leave suggestions for other video ideas in the comments as well. Now without further ado, let's jump into it, manga spoilers and all. This chapter is called Time Limit with 2 exclamation marks, so you know there's going to be a sense of urgency here. And that's something I like about the Boruto manga so far. It's fast paced, and as a result, it's a real page turner. We straight away pick up where we left off with Jiraiya's clone Koji fighting Isshiki. Amato explained that this was a pointless battle last chapter. Koji is not strong enough to win. He accomplished his mission when he got Isshiki to reincarnate in a non-Kawaki body, and thus Kawaki's karma was erased. Isshiki wanted to reincarnate in Kawaki's body when the karma was ready, but Amato, being the mad lad he is, managed to thwart this Otsutsuki's plan. However, Koji was not told that he was fighting an impossible battle, which brings us back to the fight. Koji uses fire jutsu to no avail. He notices that Isshiki's shrinking powers are on a whole different level of power than before his reincarnation. Then we see Koji use another Jiraiya move, Art of the Raging Lion's Mane, where his hair is manipulated in order to bind an opponent. But the next thing we know, Isshiki in his miniature form is on Koji's shoulder. He got there before Koji even noticed. This is a classic moment that you'll see in many shonen, and we all know what's happening. Koji is trying everything he can think of, but it's pointless because the new upgraded villain is too powerful to even be phased. Isshiki is not even trying. He's like bored or even feels pity as Koji tries desperately to do any damage at all. Not only does Isshiki tell Koji that he cannot defeat him, he says that he cannot defeat him ever. Koji uses his hair to turn himself into a giant porcupine, hoping to get or at least feel where Isshiki is, but the Otsutsuki is too fast and he even flies. As Isshiki says himself, his body is brimming with incredible power. But that incredible power is a double-edged sword. The power is so strong that yes, it makes him OP, but it will also destroy his current body soon, because it is an imperfect vessel. Here's the time limit that was mentioned in the title. According to Isshiki, there's only 2 or 3 days left before the body is destroyed. He needs to get Kawaki's body back before then. He praises Amato for being a sly fox and for planning well, and I gotta hand it to Amato. Yeah, he's kind of a jerk for tricking Koji, but he's also pretty damn cool. More on Amato later, but for now, Koji says that he's going to settle things here and now, which just hurts my Jiraiya-loving heart because this dude stands no chance, and he's still acting like he doesn't realize that. Isshiki has to explain to Koji what's up, and that Amato expects Naruto and Sasuke to take on Isshiki. Isshiki straight up says that Amato had to flee to Naruto and Sasuke because Koji lacked the power to take him down. And he says that in a pretty savage way, mind you. Like he was a god talking down to an ant, but the Otsutsuki tend to have that arrogance, so nothing really strange there. Isshiki tells Koji that he already served his purpose by pulling him out of Jigen and making him reincarnate. But Koji doesn't want to believe it. It seems like he views Amato as his friend, and he doesn't even want to consider the possibility that he lied to him or tricked him. And the whole clone thing raises its own philosophical questions, just as it did in Pokemon the first movie. Does a clone's life have less value, and is it more dispensable than a human's life, even if the clone can feel all of our human emotions? Because Koji is Jiraiya's clone, it's easy for us to view him as less important than Jiraiya, but he has his own complex life and sense of identity, just like any human. Here's proof of that since he can blindly trust in friendship and feel betrayed. Very human traits indeed. Then Isshiki, being the cruel villain he is, tries to go after Koji's sense of identity. We all have a story or narrative that we tell ourselves about ourselves, and seemingly Koji thought of himself as a heroic shinobi tool. But Isshiki says he was nothing like that, but a mere pitiful sacrificial pawn. Here, he's not just dominating him physically, he's seriously messing with him on a psychological level. We luckily get to see Koji enter Sage Mode, which is pretty cool. He won't give up that easily, whether his own identity and existence is in question or not. Again, I respect Koji, and I'm glad we got him in the story. I don't think it takes anything away from Jiraiya, rather it gives us a new character that Jiraiya fans would probably enjoy. And that's coming from a guy whose favorite character is Jiraiya. We jump to Amado, who, as I mentioned before, has gotta be one of the coolest characters in Boruto thus far. He's not even a ninja, but he's so calm, cool, and collected all the time, and even an Otsutsuki can't help but praise his intellect and plans. They agree to take in Amado and give him some pretty reasonable terms. Finally, when Shikamaru asks him to disarm the bomb around his son's neck, Amado simply tells him it's a fake. It's just a decoration. Now, I can't say I saw this coming, but it makes perfect sense. Amado does everything with a purpose. He explains how he used a real one, the one that blew up on the branch, so that they couldn't assume that the one on Shikadai was fake. But he also knows that people don't want to work and trust people who have threatened the lives of their children. So he made sure that at the end of the day, everyone knew that he didn't actually threaten anyone's life, really. He got the benefit without the lasting consequences. A perfect win-win situation, and he pulled it off on Shikamaru of all people. I gotta say it, I find Amado very entertaining as a character. We also get some cool angles while Amado is speaking and explaining that they shouldn't rush off to help Koji because Isshiki wants Kawaki, so they gotta protect him and stay close to him at all costs until Ishiki's days run out. Otherwise, he'll use Kawaki as a vessel and complete his perfect reincarnation. The stakes are huge right now. Amado tells them that Isshiki is gonna come and they should start evacuating the village. We know from the time skip that we saw at the beginning of Boruto that the Hidden Leaf village will get destroyed and the Hokage faces too. So that actually could happen real soon, which is crazy to think about. It might get evacuated and stay destroyed for years before we get that final epic fight between Kawaki and Boruto. And if that time skip scene is any indication, Isshiki probably will get Kawaki as a vessel. Although there may be a battle for control of the body within, like with Naruto and Kurama in the beginning of Naruto. It's crazy that we are finally starting to get crucial info so that we can start to make more sense of that time skip scene. For now though, we get back to Koji and Isshiki. Koji is in Sage mode and firing some very impressive attacks. We get giant flame bombs, a massive Rasengan, and more, but it's no use. Isshiki puts a stop to him without breaking a sweat with the secret jutsu Daikokuten. It lets him store what he shrunk into another dimension, very Kamui-esque, and then summon it in a battle at full size. He does this with pillars that take out Koji's arm and possibly his legs too. Then the dude uses the OP jutsu to summon a glass of wine and then drinks some. What a mad lad he is. I do enjoy the idea of a shonen villain just drinking some red wine during a fight. That's classy AF. Again, Isshiki brings up how Koji is skilled enough to know that he couldn't hope to win after the first exchange, but he didn't want to acknowledge Amado's betrayal. Isshiki points out how Amado spotted that weakness. Using it, he played Koji just like he played Isshiki. Isshiki acknowledges that they've been outmaneuvered by Amado, and again, that's a big deal coming from an Otsutsuki. And here comes the moment of truth. What will happen to Koji? Was Jiraiya brought back in a way just to sacrifice himself again as soon as we found out who he is? I desperately hoped that that wouldn't happen. And now in this chapter, Isshiki starts to move towards the kill. He asks Koji if he has any last words for Amado, but he can't seem to hear what the seemingly helpless Koji is saying. Then, we get a truly epic moment. It turns out that Koji was using summoning and a giant toad pops up and takes Koji with him. He makes eye contact with Isshiki and he reverse summons away, taking Koji with him. Jiraiya lives in a sense, and we will get to see more of Koji. I'm very, very glad that they did it in this way because, like I said last chapter, it would have sucked if he just came back to sacrifice himself immediately yet again. As a Jiraiya fanboy, I'm glad we haven't seen the last of Koji. Isshiki calls Koji a purposeless, stray dog, which is a pretty deep metaphor. Koji has no home and his one friend betrayed him. Now he's also heavily damaged. But as someone who likes his underdog stories, I look forward to seeing how Koji hopefully rises from the ashes like a phoenix and finds his place, happiness, and purpose. We'll definitely have to wait for that, but I'm glad that there's hope at least. Remember, Isshiki has a time limit, so he's not interested in chasing down Koji. He even thinks that Koji might want to finish off Amato himself, although that's super uncharacteristic of Koji, so I seriously doubt that. The important thing is, he hasn't given up on life yet. Isshiki in the meantime uses a space-time ninjutsu to teleport somewhere. We jump back to Naruto and Boruto arguing over whether Boruto is going to fight. Naruto just says straight up that he'd get in the way, but Boruto won't give up, saying that Naruto and Sasuke lost against the weaker version of Isshiki, so how do they plan to win against an even stronger version? It's a really crazy moment in Boruto when the two strongest shinobi look like they're about to lose. Sasuke mentions that he's ready to die for the village, as is Naruto. He questions if Boruto is, and Boruto is speechless. He freezes, proving that at this stage, he's not ready mentally or physically for this fight. And then we learn that there's an intruder and Isshiki is just floating over Konoha, watching the ant-sized people moving around below him. This is how fast-paced Boruto is. Isshiki is not wasting any time. We went from an epic reveal of Koji's true identity to a fight, to Koji barely escaping with his life, to Isshiki immediately teleporting to Konoha for what's sure to be the most serious fight in Boruto yet, where we'll probably see the strongest characters go at it with their full power. It's insane and I love it. I'm on the edge of my seat and I'm almost shocked at how fast we're moving here. Clearly, there was some potential foreshadowing that Sasuke especially and even Naruto might die. Sasuke brought it up himself, and if Kawaki said after the time skip that he'll send Boruto where Naruto is, that may mean that Naruto is in another dimension and that Sasuke can't rescue him from it because Sasuke is dead. So there are clues and hints right now that Sasuke specifically won't survive, but again, those may be red herrings, aka fake clues, to make us worry and increase the tension. I find it hard to believe that Sasuke would die, but maybe Isshiki would weaken him enough and take his eyes so that he can't teleport through dimensions. We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, let me know what you thought of this chapter and what you expect to happen next. Who will die, if anyone? Will Koji train Boruto during the time skip? The time skip is clearly approaching, where Boruto is going to have to mature physically and mentally, and I'm excited to see Boruto become that very cool version of himself that he is during the time skip scene. If you did enjoy this review and want to keep the Boruto reviews coming, the best thing you can do is turn that like button blue and share this video with your cultured Boruto friends. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future Boruto videos. As you impatiently wait a month for the next chapter to drop, you can check out my growing Naruto/Boruto playlist, link in the description, where I talk about the Hokage, Uchiha clan, and more. And don't forget to leave suggestions for future video topics you're burning up to see in the comments below. A very special thank you goes out to our patrons over on Patreon who help make videos like this one possible. First and foremost, I want to thank the 1-tier patrons, the ones who stand atop all clans: Steven Ingrata, Alola Anatem, The World, Steelers, Acquire Respect, Pate Hefa, Jonathan King, Brandon Aviles, Papa Smurf, The School Bus, King Riser, Emperor Otaku, Ricardo Martinez, Thomas Jones, Kin Mano, Michael Hyde, and Jaden the Vector Controller. And our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, King Zeldris, Anatoly Kazatsky, Angel Cruz, Cricket XP, Joe Stanton, Barry Gucci, Alicia Actor, Jessica Kayla Fond, Hinokami and Water, Bonnie Park, Zodiar 12, Rethuan De Aura, Kraken, Arels, Deadly Saint, and Stern Hawkins. Thank you all so much. If you enjoy our work, you can support more by going over to patreon.com/animeuproar and becoming a patron today for as little as $1. If you do so, you get your name featured in future videos alongside these amazing people right here, and you'll even get access to our private patron-only Discord, where we talk about anime life and of course thank memes. So check out patreon.com/animeuproar, link in the description if you're interested. You can also now join the YouTube channel and support more content that way if you prefer. Whichever way you choose to support us, you can get the same great benefits. Thanks again, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.